Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of our virtual presentation of Romeo and Juliet. We are with the EmilyAnn Theatre and Gardens, and thank you all for joining us. The second half recording is probably just around 35 minutes long, so in for some quick Shakespeare. If you didn't get to see the first half, make sure you catch up on the first half on YouTube before joining us for this second half. Let's quickly just remind everyone, actors, let's introduce yourselves and tell us what roles you're playing, and then we'll get started. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Justin Scalise, and I'm playing Romeo.
I'm Bridget Gates, and I'll be reading for Juliet.
Hi, I'm Laura Ray, and I'll be reading for Mercutio.
Hi, I'm Heath Thompson, and I'll be reading Benvolio and Second Watchman.
I'm Kevin Gates, and I'll be reading Friar Lawrence.
I'm Carter Holland, and I'll be reading Tybalt.
I'm Jessica Allen, and I'll be reading Lady Montague and the Nurse.
My name is Ameer Mobarak, and I'll be reading Paris.
Hi, I'm Molly McKee, and I'm playing Prince Escalus and Chorus.
Hi, I'm Beth James. I'll be playing Lady Capulet.
Hi, I'm Luke Jenkins, and I'll be playing Lord Capulet.
I'm James Byers, and I'll be Watchman, Lord Montague, and Friar John.
Hello, I'm Trey Palmer. I will be playing Servant, Balthazar, and Apothecary.
Act 3, Scene 1, A Public Place.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now, these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Come, thou art as hot a jack, and thy mood as any in Italy.
By my head, here comes a Capulet.
By my heel, I care not.
Gentlemen, good den. A word with one of you?
And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo?
Consort? What, dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us, look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zooms, consort.
Ah, well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
And I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear your livery.
Romeo, the hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore, farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise. And so, good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Draw, Benvolio. Beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame. Forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio. The prince expressly hath forbidden bandying in Verona streets. Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio.
I am hurt. Oh, plague on both your houses. I am sped. Is he gone and have nothing?
Courage, man. The hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough, 'twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered. I warrant for this world. A plague on both your houses. Zounds, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat to scratch a man to death. A braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Put me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. Oh, plague on both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your houses. Ah!
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got this mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander, Tybalt that an hour hath been my kinsman.
Oh, Romeo, Mercutio is dead.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe others must end. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again that late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, and staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou or I or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort with him here, shalt with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away, be gone! The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed, the prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence, be gone, away!
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Which way ran he that killed Mercutio? Tybalt, the murderer, which way ran he?
There lies that Tybalt.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here is slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. An envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life out of stout Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled. But by and by it comes back to Romeo, and to it they go like lightning, for ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain, and as he fell did Romeo turn and fly. 'Tis the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affections make him false. He speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all those 20 could kill but one life. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately do we exile him hence. I have an interest in your hate's proceedings. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he's found, his hour is his last. Bear hence this body, and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Act 3, Scene 2, Capulet's Orchard. Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Come, gentle knight. Come, loving, black-browed knight. Give me my Romeo. And when he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Now, nurse, what news?
Well a day. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady. We are undone.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo!
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? Hath Romeo slain himself?
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes.
Oh, break my heart. poor bankrupt break at once.
Oh, Tybalt, the best friend I had, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered, and is Tybalt dead? My dear loved cousin, and my dearer lord?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh, God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Alas, the day it did.
Oh, serpent's heart hid with the flowering face. Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men, all perjured. Shame come to Romeo.
Withered be thy tongue for such a wish.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? Some word there was worser than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That one word, banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there, but with a reward following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished? To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished?
Hie you to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark ye, your Romeo will be here at night. All to him. He is hid at Lawrence's cell.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight and bid him come to take his last farewell. Act 3, Scene 3. Friar Lawrence's cell.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips, not body's death, but body's banishment.
Huh? Banishment? Be merciful. Say death. For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Oh, deadly sin. Oh, rude unthankfulness. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her. But Romeo may not. He is banished. O friar, the damned use that word in hell. Howlings attend it. How hast thou the heart to mangle me with that word, banished?
Oh, fond mad man, hear me but speak a word.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt murdered, doting like me, and like me banished, then mightst thou speak. Then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Not so hard. Whence come you? What's your will?
I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
Oh, he is even in my mistress's case.
Spakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Doth she not think me an old murderer?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps, and now falls on her bed, and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then falls down again.
As if that name did murder her, as that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand. Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art. What? Rouse thee, man. Thy Juliet is alive. Go, get thee to thy love as was decreed. Ascend her chamber, hence, and comfort her. But Look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live, till we can find the time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back. Go before, nurse, commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto. Romeo is coming.
Here, sir, a ring she bid me give you, sir. High you make haste, for it grows late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence, good night, and here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguised from hence. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
Farewell.
Act 3, Scene 4, a room in Capulet's house.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we've had no time to move our daughter. Look, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, Sir Paris. I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me. Nay, more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris's love, and bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday, well, Wednesday is too soon. Oh, Thursday, let it be. Oh, Thursday, tell her, she shall be married to this noble earl. And there an end. What say you to Thursday?
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Well, get you gone, oh, Thursday be it then. Go you to Juliet ere you go to bed. Prepare her, wife, against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Light to my chamber, ho. Afford me, it is very, very late, that we may call it early by and by. Good night.
Act 3, Scene 5, Capulet's orchard. Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it, It is some meteor that the sun exhales to be thee this night a torchbearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet, thou needst not be gone.
Let me be ta'en. Let me be put to death. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is't, my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is. Hie hence, be gone. Away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam!
Nurse?
Your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary, look about.
Oh, then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell. Farewell. One kiss, and I'll descend.
Thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
Oh, God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee. Now thou art below as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails or thou lookest pale.
And trust me, love, in my eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Ho, daughter, are you up?
Who is it that calls?
Why, how now, Juliet? Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? And if thou couldst not make him live, therefore have done. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time.
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, the county Paris at St. Peter's Church shall happily make thee a joyful bride.
Now, by St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet. And when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
How now? A conduit girl? What, still in tears? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will have none. She gives you thanks, but would the fool were married to her grave.
Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
Think me no thankings, no proud me no prouds, but tell your fine joint against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness, carry it out, you baggage, you tallow.
Fie, what are you, mad?
Good father, I beseech you on my knees.
The young baggage, disobedient wretch. I tell thee what, get thee to church on Thursday, or never after look me in the face.
God in heaven bless her.
Peace, you mumbling fool.
You are too hot.
Thursday is near. Lay a hand on heart and advise. And you be mine. I'll give you to my friend, and you be not. Hang, beg, starve, die in the streets, for by my soul I'll ne'er acknowledge you. Trust to it. Bethink you, I'll not be forsworn.
Oh, sweet, my mother. Cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week. Or if you do not make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh, God. Oh, nurse, how shall this be prevented? Some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing. Then since the case so stands as now it doth, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Beshrew my very heart, I think you are happy in this second match, for it excels your first.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from my soul too.
Amen.
What?
Well, that has comforted me marvelous much. Go in, and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father to Lawrence cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry, I will, and this is wisely done.
Oh, ancient damnation! Oh, most wicked fiend! Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue which she hath praised him with above compare so many thousand times? Go, counselor. Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die. Act 4, Scene 1, Friar Lawrence cell.
On Thursday, sir, the time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course. I like it not.
Moderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore I have little talked of love. For Venus smiles not in a house of tears, Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she doth give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears.
Look, sir, here comes the lady toward my cell.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be your wife.
That may be, must be, love, on Thursday next.
What must be, shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make your confession to this father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter. Now, my lord, we must entreat this time alone.
Oh, God shield, I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse ye. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Come weep with me. Past hope, past cure, past help.
Ah, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not, Friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. Give me some present counsel, or, behold, twixt my extremes and me, this bloody knife shall play the umpire.
Oh, hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope. If, rather than marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of yonder tower.
Hold then. Go home. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off. When presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part deprived of supple government shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo, by my letters, know our drift. And hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua.
Give me.
Hold, get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Lord, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father. Act 4, Scene 2, a hall in Capulet's house.
What, is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, he may have chance to do some good on her, a peevish, self-willed harlotry it is.
See where she comes from shrift with merry look.
How now, my headstrong, where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behest, and am enjoined by holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here and beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Oh, tell them of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
Nurse, will you go with me? to help me in my closet, to help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow.
No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Oh, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our precision. 'Tis now.
Hush, I will stir about, and all things shall be well, I warrant thee, wife. Go now to Juliet. Help to deck her. I'll be not to bed tonight. Let me alone. I'll play the housewife for this once. Whoa! They are all forth. Well, I will walk myself to County Paris to prepare him up against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light, since this same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
Act 4, Scene 3, Juliet's chamber. I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight.
But are you busy, ho? Need you my help?
No, madam. We have called such necessaries as are behoveful for our state tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you, for I am sure you have your hands all full in this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins. Come, vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Romeo, I come. This I do drink to thee. Act 4, Scene 4, a hall in Capulet's house.
Come, stir, the second cock hath crowed. Look, the baked meats, spare not for the cost. The county will be here with music straight, for so he said he would. I hear him now. Nurse, wife, what nurse, I say. Go, waken Juliet, go and trim her up. I'll go chat with Paris. Hi, make haste. The bridegroom, he has come already. Make haste, I say.
Act 4, Scene 5, Juliet's chamber.
Mistress, what, mistress? Juliet? Fast I warrant her she. Why, love I say, madam, sweetheart, why, bride, Mary and amen, how sound she is asleep. I must needs wake you. Lady, alas, help, my lady's dead. Oh, well a day that ever I was born, some aqua vita. Oh, my lord, my lady.
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day.
What is the matter?
Look, oh, heavy day.
Oh, me, my child, my only life, revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, call help.
What shame, bring forth Juliet, her lord is come.
She's dead, deceased, she's dead, alack the day.
Alack the day, she's dead.
Ah, let me see her, out. Alas, she is cold. Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated.
Oh, lamentable day.
Oh, woeful day.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. O son, the night before thy wedding day, as death slain with thy life, there she lies.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face? And doth it give me such a sight as this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day, most miserable hour that e'er time saw.
Oh, woeful day.
Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spited, slain. Most detestable death by thee beguiled.
Ye so, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now, heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. Dry up your tears, and stick your rosemary on this fair corpse, as the custom is in all her best array. Bear her to church.
All things that we had adorned festival turn from their office to black funeral.
Sir, go you in, and madam, go with him. And go, Sir Paris, every one prepare to follow this fair corpse unto her grave. The heavens do lour upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will.
Act 5, Scene 1, Mantua, a street.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips, that I revived and was an emperor. News from Verona! How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? For nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capul's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my lodging. Get me ink and paper, and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter. Get thee gone, and hire those horses. I will be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells. Meager were his looks. Sharp misery had worn him to the bones. Noting this penury, to myself I said, and if a man did need a poison now, whose sale is present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch would sell it him. Oh, this same thought did but forerun my need, and this same needy man must sell it me. What ho! Apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Hold. There is 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty, and not thy will.
Put this liquid into anything you will, and drink it off. And you, if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
There is thy gold. worse poison to men's souls than these poor compounds that thou mayest not sell. I sell thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Farewell. Buy food and get thyself in flesh. Come, cordial and not poison, go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
Act 5, Scene 2, Friar Lawrence cell.
Holy Franciscan Friar, brother, ho!
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to find a barefoot brother out, one of our order to associate me, here in this city visiting the sick, and finding him, the searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bare my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again, nor get a messenger to bring it to thee, so fearful were they of infection.
Unhappy fortune. By my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no new notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corpse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Act 5, Scene 3, a churchyard, in it a tomb belonging to the Capulets.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. The obsequies that I for thee will keep, nightly shall be to thy strew thy grave and weep. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my obsequies in true love's right? Muffle me, night.
Hold, take this letter. Early in the morning, see thou deliver it to my lord and father. Whate'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course.
I will be gone, sir, and not to trouble you.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Take thou that, live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow.
For all the same, I'll hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
Thou detestable maw, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite I'll cram thee with more food.
That banished haughty Montague, that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died. Oh, and here he is to come do some villainous shame to the dead body. I will apprehend them. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence, and leave me. Think upon these gone. Let them affright thee. I beseech thee, youth. Put not another sin upon my head, by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone! By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, live, and hereafter say, a madman's mercy bade thee run away.
I do defy thee conjurations, and apprehend thee for a villain here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy.
I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb. Lay me with Juliet.
In faith, I will. Let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble County Paris. What said my man? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave, for here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, lie thou there by a dead man interred. Dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain, with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
St. Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill unlucky thing. Romeo, alack, what blood is this which stains the stony entrance of this sepulchre? What means these masterless and gory swords to lie discolored by this place of peace? Romeo, oh, pale, who else? What, Paris too, and steeped in blood? Ah, what an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise, lady. Come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. And Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. What? Here. A cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. Oh! Churl! Drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after? I will kiss thy lips, haply some poison yet doth hang on them to make me die with the restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead boy, which way?
Yea, noise. Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy, dagger. This is thy sheath. Oh, there rust, and let me die.
The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you, wherever you find, attach. Pitiful sight. Here lies the county slain, and Juliet bleeding, warm, and newly dead. Julia hath lain these 2 days buried. Go, tell the prince, run to the Capulets, raise up the Montagues.
Here's Romeo's man. We found him in the churchyard.
Here is a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps as he was coming from this churchyard side. Great suspicion. Stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning's rest?
What should it be that they so shriek abroad?
People in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the county Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest, able to do least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand both to impeach and purge myself condemned and myself excused.
Then say at once what thou dost know in this.
Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed, and would have married her perforce to county Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage, or in my cell there would she kill herself. Then gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime I writ to Romeo that he should hither come, as this dire night, to help to take her from her borrowed grave, being the time the potion's force should cease. But he, which bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. Then, all alone at the prefixed hour of her waking, came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely at my cell till I conveniently could send to Romeo. But when I came, some minute ere the time of her awaking, here untimely lay the noble Paris and true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreated her come forth and bear this work of heaven with patience. But then a noise did scare me from the tomb, and she, too desperate, would not go with me, but as it seems, did violence on herself. All this I know, and to the marriage her nurse is privy, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before his time unto the rigor of severest law.
We have still known thee to be a holy man. Where is Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in post he came from Mantua. With this letter he early bid me give his father.
This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death, and here he writes that he did buy a poison off a poor apothecary, and withal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague. See what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
O brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall be no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by his ladies lie. Poor sacrifices are enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence, to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.